Hey, Shalom, Akim. This is Allah here, the surrogate of Yahawashi / paradise. With all praise and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, God Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Greatmillstone, talking this truth full well. Peace and salutations unto the shepherds that feed the sheep of Yahawah, which is the Heavenly Father's each Hebrew name, the only begotten Son, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Real name in Hebrew is Yahawashi, which means he delivers, coming to deliver the chosen elect 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Right, starting with the 144,000 prophets, which are all men, including the men, which are the helps, women, and even children, as part of the great multitude written in the book of Revelation, 7th chapter, and that they only consist of the so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Hispanic Latinos, Native Seminole Indians, and those who descend from those 12 that are scattered in every nation under heaven. All right, with different complexions, mixed features, and speak different tongues. Okay, to you, I say Shalom. The 2/3 of wicked of our people are going to be destroyed on this side. They will be reborn in the kingdom to those men and women who are predestined to receive salvation. Okay. So, to you, I say Shalom, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, Barakatum, peace and salutations to those who teach the likewise doctrine. Okay, so I'm going to get into this article here. This is from mirror.co.uk. This is concerning, this term that keeps showing up, this dark winter, and also these major cyber attacks, okay, that's being spoken about to this day right now, okay, of new threats, I would say, of cyber attacks, okay. So in the midst of all of this, all right, we're just going to get into this article going on to this darkness, okay, which is written in the scriptures, by the way. So nothing's being done that hasn't been written, for the last days. Remember, this is the second Egypt, all right? But this time, Egypt has dominion over the entire globe through the new pharaoh, which is Esau Edom, right? The elite Mancus, okay, and those who are descended from them, okay, and these alliances and these allied heathen nations. All right, so it says devastating solar storm could send mankind back to dark age and doomsday forecast. And that's what this is, a doomsday forecast, okay? It says, I'm going to read a little bit of it. It says a devastating solar storm could send mankind back to the dark ages. All right, according to new research, the phenomenon has been spotted for the first time in a stellar system just 100 light years away. Astronomers describe the spectacular fireworks show as troubling, warning a similar event could hit Earth. Among all of these events, that's the supply chain, the breaking of the supply chain, threat of cyber attacks, okay, the threat of so-called domestic terrorism, or wars and rumors of wars of Russia and United States and Ukraine and these and mandation and third and second and third and fourth levels of or times of shutdowns. All right. Amongst all of this, now we have more things to worry about. To show you, this is just a narrative, that Esau likes to play. God, all right, he writes his own narratives. It sounds great, okay? This is where you get the theory of evolution, all of these crazy out there situations, okay, in this man's rulership that sounds plausible, but it's all to really just to play on the minds of the people, but not only the people, just the peons of the people. All right, because those with the eyesight we can see. All right, and those who are spiritually, adept to the society. All right, to see certain things in the spirit. All right, and this says astronomers describe the spectacular fireworks show as troubling, warning a similar event could hit Earth. It says it will fry satellites in orbit. We can do that. Cyber attacks. They can blame it on that. All right, because believe me, this is a cover story. All right, it will fry satellites in orbit. Remember, this never happened before ever. So they need a great backstory, plausible story. Okay, and it says it will fry satellites in orbit and crash power grids, serving entire cities, causing widespread blackouts, okay, and knocking out phone networks. You know, sending us into the dark age or of all hell breaking loose. You know, that type of scenario of biblical proportions. And it says the star is named EK. And get this, EK. So I'm not gonna go into that. Draconis. Now what's going down now? You know, draconian legislation. Okay, and also Dracon is going back to the dragon. All right, that goes back. That's one of his symbols, the red dragon. All right. So he's glorifying himself. This is through his pride. So it says Latin for dragon, and it is breathing fire. See? So it lies in the constellation of Draco. Okay. I think what goes back to Greece, if I'm not mistaken. That's where the whole term draconian law even comes from. Is an Edomite, you know, who wrote those kinds of laws, putting extreme pressure on the populace to bend to the will of the Senate or the state back then. All right, and it says in the far northern sky, you know, it says known as CME. Now check this out, Corona. Oh, it's Salakia. You gotta watch what I say. You know, the C, mass ejection. Okay? I just switched that E to two other letters. Okay, just think about it. Alright, it says the sun shoots out such eruptions on a regular basis. It says they are made up of clouds, extremely hot particles or plasma that hurtle through space at millions of miles an hour. Ooh, yeah, and they are potentially bad news. Every 100 years or so, they are released in our direction. Co-author Dr. Yuta Natsu of the University of Colorado Boulder said coronal mass ejections, think about it, can have a serious impact on Earth and human society. Okay, just think about it. Now let me see, is there more to read? Right, and this is just Esau bragging about him, you know, being in rulership in the far future, which that's not written in the prophecy. Okay, not at this time. We're at the end of his society. Okay, in the ushering in of our kingdom, which is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so I just wanted to get into that real quick, just to show you. All right, this is the mind of the left hand, the mind of Esau, really. Okay, that higher ups, the think tanks. This is how the Lord works on the left hand. You know how he's glorying in his pride. All right, he cloaks his plans, or he's trying to, which he has been in the past, cloaking his plans with something far out, something that, you know, the average person, starting with the men, because they're the logical thinkers, cannot perceive. Remember, he has the Hubble telescope. Remember, his blessing is a sword. All right, deception, of course, and technology. Though Jacob is the former of all things, a lot of his technology came from what? The slaves, or from the black nobility, like I always bring up Nikola Tesla. You got a company called Tesla. Okay, he came from the black nobility, I heard. All right, they called him the black sheep. Why? Because we ruled all of Europe, before we totally went down. What, around the early 1600s, 1620, right around the time a few years after the Bible was written as a collective book, as a collection of books. Okay, but we ruled all the way up to about 1901 with the Tsar family. All right, the Tsars, they look like white people, but they actually were so-called Negroes. Okay, all the way up into the very early 1900s. Okay, which we would consider today as a speckled bird, or the speckled bird Israelites, Israelite foreigners. So was Vlad Tepes, his father. Those were all Israelites. Just to let you know. What's that? The Three Musketeers, William Wallace. Okay, let's go on into a couple of names. All right, I just want to get into this article real quick to show you what time we're in. It's going to be narrative after narrative, calamity after calamity, and the blending of the two. All right, so I'm going to end this real quick. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 5:13. It says, honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of man is his fall. Be not called a whisperer, and lie not in wait for thy tongue, with thy tongue. For a foul shame is upon the thief, and an evil condemnation upon the double tongue. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Okay, now I'm gonna have one more, and then I'm gonna close it out. Where are we? Salaki, that's the same one. This is Ecclesiastes. All right, 13. It says, let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahawah, BAHASHAM Yahawashi. Okay, Yahawah. It says, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man, the Israelite man in particular. For our power, Yahawah, shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Why? Because he ultimately controls everything, both sides, the ins and outs, the secrets, and the things that are made obvious, all controlled by his power, his energy source. Okay, so just want to read those two scriptures real quick. Hope this video was edifying to the elect. Till next time, Shalom, Yahawah, BAHASHAM Yahawashi, Barakathum. Till next time, Shalom.